Hello and welcome to the Longevity Lab, where we challenge outdated health advice and explore the real, natural strategies that help you stay sharp, strong, and fully alive, no matter your age. I'm Dr. Jae Hitson, founder of GoodDoctors.Health. Today's episode is geared towards women who are dealing with hormone imbalance, especially associated with menopause. But before all you men immediately switch off this recording, if you have a woman in your life who's struggling, and then therefore making your life more of a struggle, this short podcast may be the answers that you've been looking for. I want to take you behind the scenes of my personal journey with hormones. As a doctor, as a woman, and someone who's led clinics across this country, I've seen both the promise and the pitfalls of hormone replacement therapy. In this episode, I'll share what worked, what didn't, and what finally moved the needle, not just for me, but for hundreds of women who are ready to feel like themselves again. So whether you're navigating menopause, looking to optimize your energy, or just curious about more natural approaches to aging, this episode is for you. Let's get into it. Hello, I'm Dr. Jae Hitson, and I'm the founder of GoodDoctors.Health. I really want to share with you my journey with hormones because I think it will really help you understand how we look at the overall aging process. First and foremost, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, when it was really starting to come out, it was very exciting. It was plant-based, it was natural. We're supposed to see all these added health benefits. And when this surge of excitement and enthusiasm was happening in the industry, frankly, I was hitting perimenopause myself, so I had added incentive to be giving this my full attention. When I first was learning about HRT, I owned and operated a multi-million-dollar integrated healthcare clinic. That means we had physicians and practitioners from all different specialties, from the medical side to the holistic side, from medical doctors and nurse practitioners to nutritionists, physical therapists, chiropractors. We just really covered the spectrum of various disciplines of healthcare. Our medical director at the time was a profound supporter of hormone replacement therapy. He had been on testosterone for years, way before this was ever popular. Now, I want to be very clear. His enthusiasm was off the charts, but I also want to point out another thing. He was male. And there is a very big difference between hormones for men and hormones for women and just the overall logistics and, well, total outcomes. As we were going through all the training, hormones were being presented like this is the anti-aging miracle of the century. So, of course, I'm the first patient. First of all, I love to be the guinea pig anyway, and back to, I was starting through those perimenopausal years, and so was seeing some of the sleeplessness, the hot flashes were already on the way, weight was creeping up on me. You just don't feel like all that energy that you're supposed to be feeling. So I was really excited to feel like a better version, a youthful, more vibrant me. I got my first round of HRT, and the results were okay. I could sleep a little bit better. The hot flushes were a little bit better. Didn't notice a whole lot of other things changing other than I gained 10 pounds overnight. And 10 pounds was a lot of weight for somebody like me who's a small frame person. And it was really hard to get that 10 pounds back off, which was a little bit upsetting. It wasn't the amazing results that had been proclaimed to me, but let's continue on. There's just so much good. Let's see what this does for other people. So as we proceeded forward and we were doing hormone replacement therapy with both men and women, the men were getting really awesome results. They were very happy. If their testosterone was low, we get their testosterone up, and the overwhelming majority were feeling fantastic. Their energy was up. Libido was off the charts. They were building muscle again. They felt stronger. They felt younger. The men were super happy. But then the women were getting okay results. Let's just say I wasn't really all that impressed with what we were seeing. Now, Here is where I started to really understand the difference between the two disciplines of healthcare. So you have the medical side of healthcare, with your typical MDs and your nurse practitioners and all that, and then you have the holistic side of the team, who is focused mostly on diet, nutrition, addressing skeletal structure, stretching, exercise. When we were sitting around the conference table and discussing the results we were getting with HRT, specifically targeted towards women, the medical team overall was pretty satisfied with what they were seeing. And it was really interesting, their perspective on it. They're like, do you realize where we came from? Do you realize the structure that we're used to being in? Nobody gets better. It was, I mean, please bear with me here on this. For somebody who's been in holistic healthcare for 25 years, we see miracles every single day. It was so shocking to hear our medical teams talking about how nobody gets better. Any results just seemed amazing to them. And that's where they were feeling like this is such a miracle, where those of us who've been in the holistic side of healthcare for all these years, we weren't all that impressed. So I wasn't willing to give up on this. And so I went and I asked the experts, the people who have been doing HRT for decades already, the true world-renowned gurus. When I asked these experts about the results we were getting with women, they said, oh, yeah, that's about right. That's about what you should expect. Well, frankly, that's not good enough. Now, while this is a problem that I really wanted to address, about this time, COVID hit. During COVID, so many people's focus shifted. They wanted more natural means. They wanted to know what they needed to do to optimize their overall health so that they could not only prevent any major disasters with regards to COVID, but come out of this pandemic feeling better, healthier, stronger than they ever had before. During this process, we've been using the exploratory protocol to go through every single system, address the whole person, find out which systems were the ones that were draining somebody's resources, and then ultimately fuel them back up. The issues we ran into with so many individuals is they were just depleted. The resources, the nutrients, the reserves, the minerals that they needed, they were running on fumes. Now, here was really fascinating. As we were working with our different patients to optimize their entire health and using these very in-depth exploratory panels to get the answers that we needed, a lot of the women who were having these different hormone-related symptoms, those issues were getting better without HRT. We were seeing all of these different symptoms dissolve away. We were never directly addressing their hormones. These women were feeling better, they had more energy, they were losing weight again, they had less pain, they were sleeping, and many reported that this was the best they had felt in decades. The real understanding came when we were going through and realizing how the body prioritizes essential functions over non-essential functions. So, for instance, your skin, hair, nails, and joints, they're non-essential. You don't need to have a thick, full head of hair to survive. You don't have to have glowing, wrinkle-free skin to survive. Having pain-free joints, it's non-essential. You can survive. So in a deficit, your body will divert resources from your hair, from your skin, even from your joints to feed more essential organ functions. Now, if this is left to continue, we start to see what I call the unhealthy triad: issues with the thyroid, gallbladder, and the reproductive systems. So when we have years upon years of these deficits, the first organs to start to take a hit is your thyroid, gallbladder, and reproductive, because they're non-essential. You can live without them. Many people have had these organs removed and continue on. Now, you don't want to live without them, but you can. So when the reproductive system is going underserved, underfueled, when its resources are being diverted away, we are going to see all kinds of issues. And depending on what age range the woman is in when she is going through this depletion process, that will dictate what kind of symptoms she is having. And if it's during the menopausal years, we are going to see those symptoms. By refueling the way the body's asking for, we were seeing the results that we were looking for all along. And the most important part, we were reversing the root cause. We were actually addressing addressing the underlying health issues before they had a chance to fully emerge. Not only were these women losing weight and feeling better, having more energy, sleeping better, having just overall stamina again, chronic health issues that they've been battling for years, they were gone. And prescription medications that they were being told they would never come off of were no longer needed. This was the real win. This wasn't happening to just a handful of women. This was happening with hundreds and now thousands of women who were in that perimenopausal, menopausal, even postmenopausal years. The benefit here is this is more than just another hormone treatment. This is whole health restoration. This is where we address the root cause and so many more secondary issues. What is wonderful is the side effects of this entire process: more energy, vitality, mental clarity, decreasing anxiety. The weight is normalizing and you feel younger and healthier. And ultimately, you're preventing the disease processes that can ultimately steal your life. The key is this is more than just your hormones. This is about your entire health and looking at you like a whole person and addressing each factor at the root so you can be the beautiful, vibrant, fully alive person that you deserve to be. If today's episode resonated with you, if you're tired of patchwork solutions and ready to get to the root of what's going on with your body, I invite you to check us out at GoodDoctors.Health. You'll find real answers, advanced biodata, and a team that actually listens and helps you heal the whole you. And if you want more access to expert insights and solutions you won't find anywhere else, don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with a friend, and follow us for more ways to stay healthy, sharp, and strong for decades to come. Thank you for listening, and remember, you were made to feel vibrant, clear, and fully alive. Let's make that your new normal.